So how did you hold time so still and not age one day in those 10 years?
That's where I am today.
People look at the glamorous side of your work and then they don't understand the grind of it.
Filmmaking is in my blood, except I prefer to be off camera than on camera.
How busy are you at work? People might find the situation overwhelming.
I have a very hectic life. Why not? I'm strong enough.
You actually found a way out. So how does your day pan out?
If I decide I'm going to do something, I'm all in or all out.
Dealing with your problems just by yourself.
All my successes are my own, and all my failures are my own too. So I started out from scratch. I had no investment from my parents' side.
You know where you are headed next. You're going to be doing this.
It was my passion, my drive to do beautiful things that got people to come back. Good habits lead to gains. Bad habits also lead to pain.
Is that something you talk to your kids about?
Make the mistakes. Each time I fell, I came back stronger and better. Fall, rise again, fall, rise again. And every time I fell, I rose even higher.
क्या हुआ जो गिरे तो क्या हुआ जो थमे चल उठ जा रे तगड़े जरा झाड़ के ये कपड़े दर्द रोके ना हमें अब सब कमाल है जिंदगी मेरा तुझसे एक सवाल है क्या हाल चाल है क्या हाल चाल है क्या हाल चाल है क्या हाल चाल है
Namaste, I am Ashish Kaushik and this is Haal Chaal or Sawaal. Today we are diving into sparkle, strength and stories that shine. Joining me is India's first female gemologist, the unstoppable Farah Khan Ali. Farah, thank you for letting us be here in your office. You've got a lovely office. क्या हाल चाल है?
Badhiya, Ashish, and thank you for thinking of me because I'm so excited to be a part of this show.
I'm looking forward to this conversation. And
Me too.
I think I first met you, or we met first in 2013, 14 maybe.
I think so, yeah. 2014. Yeah.
So how did you hold time so still and not age one day in those 10 years? Not that you were aging then either, but how is that even possible?
I think firstly that you know me by now. I'm this fitness freak, and I met you, but you better tell them how I met you. I met you because I
You
tore
sprained-
my ligament,
you
my
sprained your
ankle very, very badly, and you helped me recover, and I bless you every day because what you taught me then also, I still do till date, you know, and I stand
Really?
on my, I stand on my one foot, I mean my left and my right, 1 foot at a time, with my eyes shut for a minute and more every day.
I remember we spoke about it and you were fascinated with all the other exercises that we were doing also on one leg.
Yeah.
And you said to me every time we have a conversation, you're like, I'm still doing that.
The
And that's-
aeroplane also.
The aeroplane, yes. Yes, you remember that and you're doing that still.
So what I did was I just took my fitness more seriously after that fall,
Right.
and I realized that I need to get stronger. So all I do is I would say I'm officially workout holic.
That's a lot better than a lot of other holics out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So an extremely successful business person, a globally renowned jewelry designer. How did you get out of an obvious career with the family that you come from, the lineage that you've got, and there would have been an obvious kind of show business as a career for you in your head,
True.
people around you. So what happened there?
Well, lots of stories actually. One, I came from a film family and used to
Yes.
accompany my dad to the studios when I was young, when he was shooting, and I would notice all these actors just sit and wait for their shots to be shot, you know. And I would find that so boring. I was like, how can you just sit with makeup on and not be, shooting, because that was how it is. And so I said to myself that I really don't think I want to be an actor because I can't sit. I need action 24/7.
Right.
Yeah. But I decided to then try my luck behind the scenes, where actually, for a couple of years after I graduated, I started making ad films. I did television. I even made a documentary on Hrithik called The Man Behind the Star back in the days, which I sold to Sony TV. And yeah, so I think filmmaking is in my blood, except I prefer to be off camera than on camera.
Right.
Because I feel being on camera requires a lot of waiting before the shot is taken.
Right.
Yeah, so I want to shine behind the camera. And then after I finished my graduation, I had done, or I dabbled in all this filmmaking, I said to myself, I need to get out of India because I just wanted to travel the world. And a friend of mine was going to LA and she was like, why don't you come with me? I'm doing gemology. This is a jewelry design course. And when she said that to me, I was really excited because I'm this artistic person and I love to sketch, And I said, okay, how difficult can a drawing course be? Because I'm too good in it, So I went to my dad very happily and said, Papa, I want to go. Please send me. And he's like, you've tried so many different careers. How do I know this is what you want to do? I said, I promise you, I'm going to top my class.
Right.
But in reality, I wanted to party because I mean, my whole agenda was to get out of India and party. And so I landed up going to America. And the first day I opened the course, I had a heart attack, Ashish. There was no drawing. It was a science course with formulas and chemical formulas, mathematical problems. And I was like, holy shit, this is what I hated doing in school. And
Karma.
and so karma. And all my party plans went out. I ended up studying every day of my life. But I maxed my papers and I excelled. And and then I did jewelry design and I topped my class. So basically, I'm one of those people like, if I decide I'm going to do something, I'm all in or all out.
Yes.
That's been my life.
Wow. So from trying to head out to party, you actually came back a science graduate,
A gemologist.
a gemologist, and you would have pioneered that profession in India in that sense.
In those days, yeah. In those days, I was among the first to be a gemologist from the Gemological Institute of America, come to India. I think when I came back, there was a lot of curiosity because I was somebody who came from the film family and I was not joining the movies. And then I had come back and said, I want to be a jewelry designer. So I actually glamorized the whole profession of jewelry designing because in those days, jewelry designers were people who worked with family jewelers and it wasn't a profession in its sense, And so initially, of course, the curiosity got people to my door. But when they realized that I loved what I was doing, they kept coming back for more and more. So I think it was my passion, my drive to do beautiful things that got people to come back. And that's where I am today.
You must be so proud to be then a completely self-made person, in spite of the fact that you had almost like a ready career in front of you in a different field, right?
So, a lot of people think that when I came back, life was very easy for me because they believe that I came from this Bollywood family. So how difficult could it be? Father sends you abroad, pays for your education. You come back, he sets you up. And that's where they were wrong because my father said, my legacy to you is your education. But now that you're back, you're on your own. So I started out from scratch. I had no investment from my parents' side. Okay.
Really?
Yes. And so I had to intern with various jewelers, learn the trade, make the mistakes, fall, rise again, fall, rise again. And every time I fell, I rose even higher because I went through partnerships, I went through collaborations, I went through litigations in this 30-year career of mine. And each time I fell, I came back stronger and better. And so I would say that all my successes are my own, and all my failures are my own too. But I learned so much from those failures that I don't think I wanted it any other way, because how boring life would be if there were no failures to learn from.
Of course.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Very well said. And how did that fitness bug start, bite you? Where did all that start?
I think firstly, as we were growing up, my parents were very adventurous people. Our holidays was all about outdoors, you know.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time, whether it was in Kashmir, where I was chasing butterflies, picking strawberry bushes, climbing apple trees, or the beaches of Mauritius, where we were snorkeling, diving, swimming, you know, in the currents, in the open water. So it was very, our bringing, you know, upbringing was so adventurous and nature driven. But the comedy of how my fitness journey began has the story is actually a comedy as well as a tragedy. So I'm
Okay.
going to tell you both.
Okay.
The comedy is that when I was 18, I had this massive crush on this one model who was so well built and
Okay.
so good looking, and he was so into fitness that I was like, I need to get his attention onto me. So
Wow.
I need to get fit myself, okay?
Okay.
And so I started getting fit just to impress him, okay? So that was the comedy. Of course,
Okay.
that didn't last much long because he noticed me eventually. We dated a bit, but that came to an end very shortly.
Okay.
But the tragedy was, I think it was a tragedy that actually got my fitness more serious. When my father suffered a terrible accident in the year 1989, I was 19 years old then. And that really affected us as a family because 54 people died in that tragedy out of 58 people, you know.
Yeah.
4 survived. My father was one of the 4 with third-degree burns.
Yes.
The doctors had given him a 10% chance of survival, and every day was a blessing that he was alive. You know, they said he would only live if you amputate his hands. And my mother was so strong, she was like, no, nothing doing. I'm not going to let you amputate his hands, because if he survives, he will never, you know, he will never forgive me. But we spent 8 months in Jaslok Hospital, where my father died on the operating table 3 times. His heart stopped, 88 blood transfusions, you know, 66 surgeries. Okay.
Wow.
That time because I was 19, my sister Simone was 18. We were the older siblings. Zaid was 9, Suzanne was 12, and it was, you know, so Simone and me and my mom would take turns to spend at the hospital, you know.
Right.
And I needed to vent, you know, because I was very young and I didn't know what to do. So I joined Shiamak Davar's classes that were right next to the Jaslok Hospital
Okay.
in Kemp's Corner. And I started dancing because to me, I love music. And I think Shiamak and his troupe noticed me then, and they asked me to join the troupe. So when I did that, I ended up performing on stage with Shiamak's dancers, you know, and to perform, we did 4 hours of training every day, you know, and those 4 hours of training taught me the flexibility and the strength of my body, and it allowed me to vent all the angst I had in me. At that point, I realized that I could channel my pain into discipline and really feel good about myself, you know, because just letting go allowed me to feel stronger, to feel better. And so I continued dancing with Shiamak and his troupe till my father then took me to America to do skin grafting and, you know, to construct his hands, because his hands were so badly burnt that they needed to, you know, build the cartilages.
Yeah.
But those 8 months to, you know, a year with Shiamak changed my entire life perception, because it taught me a discipline that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. Today, that same discipline of dance I take into my work. into my fitness, into my everyday life. And that consistency, that when you repeat something day in, day out, you only get better and better. You know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you where perhaps some people might find the situation overwhelming, you actually found a way out by working on yourself so as to find control and happiness. That's just amazing.
I
That's
think
just
when you don't have a choice, and when life gets really tough, and the only choice you have is to make ways to make it better, you have to find something that allows you to be that. Because at that point, I had a choice to let go completely and mull in what was happening around us. But looking at my own mother, because I mean, I have to say this, that my father was going through so much pain, dying almost every day. But she would tell us, when you enter that room and you talk to him, you're not going to show him that he's in a bad way. You're going to pretend he's fine, okay? Because if you pretend he is, the patient only reacts to the visitors. If the visitors look good, the patient knows, okay, I'm recovering. But if the visitors are sad, the patient feels I'm not recovering, right? So she made us always look good and talk to him about everything. She would enter her room and talk about how she went shopping, how she did this, that. Of course, that wasn't true, but she was just making up stories to make him believe that he was doing really well, And seeing her doing that, because she'd walk out of the room and she'd burst out crying. But in that room, she was a different energy. So my father never believed for 1 second that he was dying. Though the chance of him surviving, the American doctors called him a miracle man, because he had 3rd degree, 65% burns. Okay, and 1st degree burns, people go crazy. 3rd degree is next to the bone. I mean, it was, and those days we didn't have what you have today. There was at that point some aluminium bandages came where they would dry out the skin because it was so moist. You could see the bone and you could see the blisters, and it was horrible. So seeing my mother being so positive in such a negative situation gave me hope that I'm the eldest. I must change this pain into something that is powerful and something that can help me.
wow, that's really profound. That's very deep. And then do you think the way it changed you is you've already said how it's then affected you and your routines and your schedules, and then do you then pass this on to your kids in a way that they must have their routines, a positive outlook, and the whole thing is almost a manifestation, right? You make things happen through your positivity. Is that something you talk to your kids about? Or
I think my kids always hear me saying what I've been taught, and that is always to see the goodness in things, the beauty in things, the positivity in things. I grew up on the adage that I cried because I had no shoes till I saw someone with no feet. So I always tell my kids, you need to be grateful for what we have, because there's so many others who don't have what you have. Today, we're in a situation where there are people dying across the world. Gaza, for instance, people dying there, people dying all across the world for different reasons, We're so comfortable. We should be grateful. And so I always tell my kids, be positive, be grateful, be thankful, and your life will change. Because once you are on the frequency where you believe you have everything, you will all of a sudden not need anything, because you will attract everything.
abundance will happen to you.
Abundance just happens to you because you are so grateful and thankful that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're attracting the magic.
And you've seen that happen.
I see that happen to me every day. I'm attracting the magic because I'm just so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful that I can make a difference in people's lives, because I believe that we all have professions, but we also have a purpose. My profession allows me to make my purpose happen. Like, my purpose is to help as many people as I can in whatever way. It could be as small as smiling at someone, or it could be helping someone, in any way. Because most people forget, Ashish, that the divine created all of us equally. You could be black, white, Westerner, Indian, Asian, any religion, any nationality, but the soul, that's the divine in all of us.
Correct.
And if we look at others as they are the divine, we will never treat anyone badly, because we all have the same divinity in us. We have the same spark in us. It's a miracle to be alive, and we forget that. We look at gurus and we look at other people to lead us out of our problems, but we forget that the God that we're looking for in others is in us too.
True.
And we can help others. We can all, and if we all combine, we all connect to the universe. We are the magic.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That really is.
Yeah.
And so let's come back to your work now and see how busy are you at work? Are you said you're a workaholic and a workoutaholic. Also a workaholic? You enjoy work?
I love work. I'm obsessed. It's not work to me. It is pleasure. I think I'm blessed to be in a position where my work doesn't seem like work anymore. It's a passion. I'm driven. I don't love to design. I live to design. I feel I've reached a position in my life where I'm just attracting good things because I'm in a state of ecstasy. I don't know how to say. I'm in a state of ecstasy with my work.
Really?
Yeah. It excites me. It brings me great pleasure. It makes me feel alive. And I still don't think I'm at the top of my profession. Though I've learned so much in the last 3 decades, I still feel I'm learning because there's so much more to discover. It's like there's a huge universe out there, and I'm only getting better and better. And I'm not going to stop till I achieve nirvana with my work.
And that's it. That's what they say, right? It doesn't matter which profession you're in.
Yeah.
Eventually you get into the philosophy of it.
Yeah.
And then
I love it. I'm obsessed.
And you still design? You design yourself?
I still design. I'm as charged when I speak with my design team, my CAD team, my design team, my clients. I never sell anything I don't believe in. I never sell anything I don't love. Whatever I do with a lot of love and purpose and passion and meaning. And so if I don't love something as much, how can I sell it to someone
Very
else?
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I'm never going to sell anything substandard to anyone because it's a part of me, and it's my love for creation that is giving birth to it, and it's got to be fabulous. It's got to bring joy in someone else's life. It's got to bring meaning to someone else's life,
And when you launch a new collection, do you get butterflies in your tummy? Do you feel nervous about
Always.
putting something out there?
Always. I think it's so important to get nervous because when you're nervous, you're excited. And when I launch new collections, I'm excited. When I have clients who buy from me without even seeing a gemstone because they trust my judgment, okay,
Right.
I'm excited that I have actually achieved a state in my life where people trust my judgment, people trust my work, people know that I will not let them down. And that to me is the biggest high because my word is my contract. I will not say or do anything that will be against the interest of anyone else. I will put others' interests before me because that's who I am and that's who I've been brought up to always be, to be impeccable in word. It's very important, to live your life like that.
Yeah. I mean, we see this even in healthcare, right? I mean, there is one thing that every healthcare professional, very unfortunate, a so-called noble profession, or actually a noble profession, and trust is still found missing, where people don't necessarily want to trust institutes, individuals, healthcare practice. But I think it goes across the board, right? I mean, the first thing that you want
Is trust.
from anybody that you work with is trust.
Absolutely. Because you need to trust the person to be able to work with the person.
Yeah. So how does your day pan out? How do you have to now
I have a
start letting us into your secrets of health and fitness?
I have a very hectic life, and so to maintain that hectic life, it's very important to me to be fit. Okay.
Right.
For me, fitness is less about vanity and it's more about the ease of being able to move my body at any time without going through an and an ooh. So sleep is very important. I love to sleep. I try to get 7 hours of sleep or a little bit more if I can, but usually it's seven, truth be told. Though I would love to do 8, but that doesn't happen. And I wake up at about 6:30 in the morning. Then I do a little mobility exercises because it's so
Okay.
important for me to wake up and move my body in bed before I get off the bed. And that's important, Ashish, because a lot of people don't realize that the body, when it's been lying down for so long, is stiff. And if you don't, it's like starting an engine. If you don't run it a little bit, it's going to not run really smooth. So I do mobility exercises to open my back, work out my legs, my abs a little bit, bridges, glutes, all of them, just very very mobility kind of, not, I won't say it's like an exercise. It takes me about 20 minutes to do that in
Yeah.
bed. Then I get up, I do push-ups. I love doing push-ups.
Yeah.
I do about 40 push-ups a day.
Whoa.
Yeah, the normal push-ups, not
yeah,
the
yeah.
bent knee ones and all. And then
14 one go. 14.
I do 20-20. Yeah,
That's
20 and
fantastic.
20. I mean, immediately. It's not like not
Yeah,
later.
there are two
but
sets of 20
two
basically.
sets of 20. I'm trying to take that to 100 now. So let's see.
Women have been so pull-ups and push-ups is something that I think women traditionally have not been associated with doing very well.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's the upper body strength. It's also the weight with pull-ups. It's also the weight that you carry as a lady.
So I'm training for pull-ups now, and I do push-ups, and
But that's really good. I mean, that's commendable. 40
Thank you.
push-ups is fantastic.
I'm trying to get to 100, but let's see.
I'm sure you will.
I
sure
will.
you
I just have to do them like regularly throughout the day. But I'm going slow because I'm only competing with myself because
Yes, of
it's about
course.
my body.
Of course.
I have osteopenia, so it's very important for me to continuously weight train,
To load yourself up. Yeah.
load myself. So once I finish the push-ups, then I hit the gym. And I go to the gym for about an hour 15 minutes, which includes warm up as well as cool down. It's very important. I do 3 sets of, I was doing 12 exercises, 3 sets, till I was told I was exercising too much.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm now
Yes,
doing,
there is such thing.
yeah. So
As
now
doing
I'm
too
doing
much.
8 to 9 exercises with 3 sets.
Okay.
I concentrate a lot on legs because I realize as you age, if your leg strength goes, you age faster and you're more prone to falls. So I work out a lot on my legs, and of course my upper body. I do a lot of strength training because it's important for the upper body, so that your back alignment is straight. Post the gym, I come back. I come to work.
And what time are we now? What time are we
About
eating now?
about 10:30 is
Okay.
work.
So you've spent a good 3 or 4 hours on yourself.
Yeah, important.
Before
Very
you-
important.
Yeah.
It's very important to spend that much time on yourself. My morning is my me time. It's very important. I also end up praying every day because for me, I don't begin my day without prayer. When it's like, you plug into the universe, your source, it's important to plug in. So I plug into the universe, and I don't know what prayers to other people. I mean, it's a lot of things to a lot of people. But to me, I feel goose flesh when I pray. You feel like all of a sudden you're attracting this energy. I don't know. That's how I feel. I'm sure other people have different experiences. And because I believe we're all connected to the same divine, I believe everyone should pray the way they want, whichever direction they want, however they want, to whoever they call as their creator. Because in the end, you could have 1,000 names for the creator, but there's only one creator who's created us, and there are many manifestations that people believe. So I'm very open about those things because I would say more than being religious, I'm spiritual by nature. You know, I think rituals were just brought to make, the clergy give them power. But in reality, it's the power is in you because you have the God inside you. Um, Post that, I come to work. I work till 7 here. Okay.
So you start work at about 10:30?
10:30, yeah.
Okay. And then you work until 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
And sometimes 7:30. And I forget, and my children are like, Mama, when are you coming home? I'm like, coming. Then I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying my life at the office, and I'm really excited about what's happening. So I sometimes get delayed.
Yes.
Then I go home and I end up spending time with my kids or go see my parents or make a plan with my friends. And I'm usually in bed by I crash. My eyes are shut by 11:30ish. I try to finish off everything by 10:30 because I want that 1 hour again to myself where I actually, spend time with myself, maybe journal a little bit, write down what's necessary for tomorrow because I realize that if you're prepared, it's so much easier. So for me, I have this very boring life as far as the rituals of waking up and exercising because I work out 3 times a week, strength training, and 3 times Pilates because Pilates is also very important to me because it works out the smaller muscle groups that are underneath the larger muscle groups. So then it allows me to get more strength, and it has the core. The core is so important, as you know. Without the core, we're like useless.
Yes.
So because of, remember you told me stand on my one foot. So when I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth and I stand on one foot and I brush my teeth like this so that even though I'm moving, I'm standing and my core is trying to balance, myself. And that's good because I realize that whatever we do little every day adds up.
Ah, correct.
So even like this push-ups, which I've gone to 20 now and I can do 40, there was a time I couldn't even do one push-up. I would do wall push-ups.
Right.
And then I just kept doing it persistently every day. Then I did knee push-ups. Then now I do full push-ups. And recently, last year on my mother's birthday, I remember, we had a push-up match post the party. And Zaid, Malaika and me we were doing more than 50 push-ups. So it's whatever you do every day, you do consistently, I think you can get stronger. And I was reading something and it was so interesting, and this is something I want to share. Intensity, is not what beats consistency, because consistency beats intensity any day. Why? Because if you take a drop of water and you drop it on a rock, the same place every day for years, the rock will break. But if you take a bucket of water and you splash it with all your strength on a rock, nothing will happen to the rock. So
that's amazing.
So consistency beats intensity any day. And what most people forget is it takes small measures to get big steps. Like, we have people who save for their, retirement with SIPs, mutual funds, stocks, because they want to be financially strong. But what they should be doing from childhood is saving for their health bank by doing small steps of exercises every day that really give them the benefits in the long run. So then you have a huge health bank. And when you grow older, you'll realize that you have a huge health bank and you'll be blessed because all the money that you've saved is not going to be able to help you if you don't have a health bank.
This should get out there in a big way.
I hope
Health
so.
bank. Health bank. I
You
love
need
that
a health
idea.
bank,
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
You should be asking your patients, what are you doing to contribute to your health bank every day?
Yes.
You save money to contribute to your financial bank, but what are you doing for your health bank?
Yes.
And that's important. You should be eating right, working out, and sleep. These 3 things are so important because sleep is recovery. And most people don't sleep enough.
Do you sleep well?
I sleep like a log. You could jump on top of me and nothing would happen. I wouldn't wake up. Mm-hmm. And I sleep without sleeping tablets or melatonin or anything. And my friends tell me I'm blessed because I know a lot of my friends my age They all use melatonin. They all use sleeping tablets, and I don't feel the need for that. And I also think it's because they always ask me, "How can you sleep so well?" And I say, "I guess I have no baggage. I've
Yes.
not,
Yeah.
I've not done anything to harm someone or feel guilty about. So I'm sleeping very happily because we have nothing to worry about, and then you sleep better when you have nothing to worry about."
You worked hard. You've looked after yourself. You looked after others. You've planned well for the next day.
Exactly.
So then,
And even when you're going through stress, some days are there when maybe things at work are not happening the way you want it to be. Or sometimes, you're really in a bad low at work also. And, Ashish, I've been in the lowest of lowest phases in my life. But not even for once did I believe that something bad would happen. I always believed something good would happen. I never became self-pitying and saying, "Oh my god, what's going to happen now, this is going to happen." No, I was like, something great is coming, something is going to happen, and ta-da, the universe made it happen for me. It was my belief, and that's why I tell people, you have to believe in the good for the good to come to you. If you keep on thinking negative, 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 and you keep on worrying about, even in COVID, everyone was so worried about dying and not living. If you're meant to go, you're going to die. I could be sitting here, I could be dead, right? I could be on a flight, I could be dead. I could be anywhere, I could be dead. But if I'm going to worry about when I'm going to die, which is the most inevitable thing in life, how are you going to live?
true,
That's the most important thing.
true,
You know,
true.
yeah.
Fantastic. I'm learning so much. What's your, how do your friends look at you? How do your friends find you, see you? What do you get? Do you get easily understood? Do you get misunderstood as a person? Are you concerned about that?
I think my friends see me as someone who's very there for them, because I believe, what's the point of being friends with someone if you can't be there for them through thick and thin? They see me as someone fearless, because they always say, "How can you speak your mind out and not worry about this and not worry about that? How can you not worry about falling ill or some, those kind of things?" So they see me as fearless, but that's me. I can't change who I am, because I believe that when I die, I'm going to go to another place and I'll probably live a great life. And I even told them, you shouldn't worry, because I'll haunt all the people who are mean to you all. And I'll protect all the ones I love. So relax. But saying that, I believe in friendship. I believe in being there for my friends. I would do anything for my friends, because I believe that what's the point of life if you have no social life, if you don't have friends? And you shouldn't only do things for people because it benefits you or because you want to speak about it. You should do things for people because it just makes you feel good. You don't always have to get something in return from people because you did something for them. It should just be something you did because it made you feel good.
What are you trying to get better at now? You've got a lot of things under control. What
I
you
think
wanna-
the other day somebody asked me, what would you do if you had all the money in the world? I said, I would love to take that and distribute it to all the people in the world and uplift their lives and make it better so that nobody has any problems. Because I'm one of those people who believes that why should we live in an unequal world? Why should some people have more than others? Why can't we uplift all and give everyone a better life? Because everyone deserves a better life. And I'm not saying I'm a communist or a socialist, but I believe that when you can change someone's life for the better, we should make that, effort, because just by changing one life, you can make such a difference to so many people.
So do you think, I mean, you've said this already, but do you think people look at the glamorous side of your work and then they don't understand the grind of it? But then the grind is not grind for you anymore, right? That grind itself is something that you find very exciting.
I
and
think,
uplifting.
Ashish, every work on everyone puts in their best. Everyone has a tough time achieving what they're doing. Yes, of course, I have people who think my life is easier, but you know what? I don't judge people, because if I did that, I would waste all my precious time doing that. I'd rather concentrate on getting better and better and making more of what I have. So, yeah, I have when I write a book, one day people will be, I would say, shocked as to my story, because what they see was never my life. My life was just the opposite of what anyone ever imagined it to be. But because I'm this happy soul, maybe it also has to do with the fact that my name, Farah, means joy and happiness. So maybe my name became my destiny. But I've always looked at the positive in my life, and I've never let the bad things that happened to me be known to people, because I just didn't think it was necessary. I think I could deal with it myself. Like, I'm not the type to go and tell my parents either, because I believe they've lived their lives, and I don't want to give them any grief. So I've always dealt with my own problems with God. I think God is my best friend, and it's when you connect to the Creator, and you have conversations with the Creator, everything solves itself out. Yeah.
So you're there for everybody else, but you want to be dealing with your problems just by yourself.
Why not?
Is
I'm
that-
strong enough.
Okay. Yeah. Fair
The
point.
God in me is strong enough.
Fair point.
Yeah.
That's a good team.
Yeah.
That's a good team. Tell me about what you eat.
I'm very disciplined. But of course, I
Of
do
course you are.
cheat.
That we know about you now.
I used to be a chocoholic. Then I realized as I'm growing older, sugar is really bad. It ages you. So I quit chocolates so much. I eat a little bit now, not so much.
What kind of chocolate do you like? Light,
All
dark,
kinds.
milk?
All kinds. I'm not like into this. I don't like healthy chocolates. I like chocolate, meaning full chocolates. But I like this Sprungly, and I like this what do you call these? What are those called? Those Sprungly hazelnut chocolates. Those very nice. Ferrero Rochers I used to, not so much any
Okay.
longer. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the orange chocolates
Yes.
very much.
I
Yeah.
like them.
I love them. Dark orange chocolates, raspberry chocolates. But as far as my diet, I wake up, I skip breakfast because I'm doing an intermittent fasting. So I
Okay.
normally end up having a protein shake or something like that.
Okay.
And then at lunchtime, I have some protein again with some carbs. Whether it is salad with 2 rotis. I have this kapli roti. I don't know what your
What's a
kapli is.
kapli roti?
It's a grain that lowers glycemic sugar, and it's good for diabetes. Actually, if you Google kapli,
Gluten free?
gluten free. Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not. Gluten doesn't affect me in the sense
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, doesn't affect me either.
Yeah, exactly. I'm lactose intolerant, but I
Okay.
love drinking milk, so I do. I have coffee.
You're lactose
Cafe latte.
intolerant, but you drink milk.
Yeah, I do, because I have coffee and I like the cafe latte. So
Yes.
I tried the almond milk. It didn't taste very well.
Yeah, no,
so
it does.
I didn't bother. Then at this time I will have, afternoons I have a whole nuts,
Right.
At 6 in the evening I have some fruits.
Okay.
And then at about 7:30 I have my dinner.
So 3
Then-
or 4 meals a day, but small portions.
Yeah, but
spread through the-
after 8:30, 9, I don't touch anything till the next day about 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel ever bloated or uncomfortable in the morning, or so eating that late after you wake up, did that take some getting used to, or was that easy enough?
No, if I eat enough protein, I don't have any cravings. I realized that if my protein and my food intake is good, I don't have cravings. So I don't really have any bloating in the morning. When I started taking creatine first, because I took 7 grams, it was felt bloaty. Then I cut down to 3 grams. Now I do take creatine. It's helped me with my weightlifting. It's also very good for women over 50. It has a lot of health benefits. So I would like to tell all the women out there who are watching to Google what creatine does to the body, and to take it post the age of 50. It's very, very beneficial
And do you take
for bone
any-
density and all of it.
and you, like you said, osteopenia, osteoporosis, especially in women, after a certain age, is certainly something you want to watch out for,
Yeah.
work towards, and it's very preventable. something that you can prevent, treat, cure?
I think for me, osteopenia has been genetic because I have a Parsi gene. My mother's Parsi, and the Parsis
Yes.
are prone to osteopenia and osteoporosis. My mom has osteoporosis. For me, when I got to know I have osteopenia, the first thing was how do I stop it? Because you can't reverse it, but you can stop it from progressing. And so weight bearing exercises were what was prescribed, and I had to start slowly and surely. But once I, you know, was consistent, I could see the difference. I feel so much stronger now. I mean, when I wear my clothes, they fit better. When I lift things at airports, I'm taking luggage and, walking up the stairs, up and down. I can lift, when I was in Portugal last year and my son fell ill with 104 temperature. My daughter had sprained her ankle, both at the same venue, okay? We were living on the fourth floor of an old building, which is like double these stairs, yeah? So the first day we were fine before they fell ill. We took those 23 kilos of luggage. Yeah, my son carried 2 up, I carried 1 up. Okay. When they fell ill, when we had to check out 1 week later, nobody was there to help me because in early morning,
Unwell.
I carried 3 bags, 23, 24 kilos down 4 floors of an old building, which is like double the floors. By
Steep floor,
myself,
steep-
yeah. And I
steep
was
stairs.
thanking my gym instructor. It's like, thank you, I could do it.
Yeah.
To carry that luggage and to walk down,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I did it with so much ease and no backache, no thing. And it was only because of the lifting that I had been doing. So I work out to be able to have a better quality life. I don't want to be able to say, ouch, my back hurts, my leg hurts, my knee hurts. I realize the human body is so complex that we need to firstly worship it. It's the only body you're going to have. It's like having one car all your life. So you might as well look after it, service it, drive it well, and respect it. And respect is the most important. We tend to disrespect our body with the choices of food we make, with the exercises we choose to avoid, and we think we're going to be fine, but you're aging and you're going to get worse. And if you don't look after yourself, somebody else is going to have to look after you. Yeah.
And what you just said, before the show started, we were talking about how you always take the stairs, and you're on the 8th floor here, and
Yeah.
at least twice a day, if not more, you'll be doing these 8 stories.
So my office is on the 8th floor, as you
Yeah.
know, and so I try to take the stairs wherever I go, whether it's airports or offices, wherever. So when I come here, I climb up 8 floors, yeah, and then after lunch, I go down to walk for half an hour because it's important for me to get some steps in, and then again I walk up 8 floors, and then when I'm leaving work, I walk down. So I have twice a day walking up 8 floors, that's 16 floors, and twice a day walking down 16 floors. And because I travel a lot at airports, I never take the escalator, I never take the lift. I'm carrying luggage, but I will go up, I will zip up, zip down, or even if I'm waiting for a flight, like I was at Bhubaneswar airport waiting for a flight, and I had 45 minutes, and I said, I'm not going to sit down, it's very boring. So I just took my luggage and went up and down the staircase.
And that's your training.
Yeah.
That's your training. That's so true. Yeah,
and I
that's-
walked all across the airport, came back, and then just before my flight, I boarded because I said, I'm going to sit in the flight for 2.5 hours. Why should I sit 1 hour before that,
Yeah.
And on British Airways, when I fly, I mean, while everyone's asleep, I have done push-ups. I have done lunges.
Really?
All on the
flight?
aircraft, yeah, because
the flight?
where the
Yeah.
passage there's a space there.
Yeah.
Next to the doors, the aircraft doors in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
So I go there in the business class,
Yeah.
and I do these, and it's fun because otherwise on an aircraft in an 8-hour, 9-hour flight, you're just lying down and you're just sitting. How many movies can you watch? And you need to move a little bit, So
Yeah, I mean, that's...
yeah, so I do these crazy things.
No, it's wonderful. This is exactly how you should be at the airports. And funny you should say this about airports, because airports are one place
Where you can actually get a lot of walking.
you can do a lot, and equally you find people who do not do anything at all. They're just either on the phone, watching or talking,
Yeah.
and you think, where you are headed next, you're gonna be doing this. So why start now 2 hours before?
I wish
That's very
people would move a little bit more, and then they forget that today sitting is like the new smoking.
Yes.
I tell
Yes.
older people, my parents also, I told them, I said, all you got to do is walk 5 minutes every hour. Put a reminder. If you can walk 5 minutes every hour, in 10 hours, you've done 50 minutes.
Correct.
And you've
Correct.
already got your steps in. But if you don't move, you're going to, because like this is the bone and this is the muscle. And when the muscle is loose, yeah, and you hit something, your bone is going to break because the muscle is not being able to wrap around the bone. But when the bone is here and the muscle is there and it's tight, then if it falls, you don't
You're
crack.
well supported.
You're well supported. So that's what
Splintered,
people
yeah.
don't forget. People lose, forget that you need to get this muscle strong.
Yes.
You know,
You know a lot. You've clearly
I respected my
worked on your
body.
knowledge.
I've injured myself, respected my body, learned how to recover. Last year I had a slip disc not because of the gym, but because I wasn't working out, because I went in for an eye surgery for a lens implant, and the doctor said for 6 weeks you cannot do any lifting. So while I was not lifting, I did something where my disc hernia happened, where the disc slipped out a bit. And because the glutes weren't working out and the abs needed toning, all of this. And so I was injured. I had like a mild, slip disc. And then when I went to the physio, the one you sent me to, at the Ambani hospital,
Yes.
and they really assisted me to get back. And they gave me all these exercises that, even though this happened to me last year, I'm doing all those mobility exercises even now, because now it's become a part of my routine. I realized that those exercises are very important to, start your engine, your body engine.
Yeah. No, mobility workout first thing in the morning is just such a fantastic thing to do, because also your body doesn't like shocks. It doesn't like the shock of sudden change. And the more you ease yourself into something, so you could, the first thing to do is to ease yourself into being in an upright position and start cracking on from there. So when you get active as you're coming out of your slumber into the grind of the day, that's a good kind of interface to have.
But Ashish, most people only go to a physio when they have a problem. And once the problem goes away, they forget that. They say,
Yes.
okay, we don't need to work out anymore. But that problem again comes back, because you need to strengthen that muscle to support the bone, or to make sure the nerve doesn't get compressed,
Yes.
And that's what they think, that it's only when I'm in pain I will go to a physio.
But also, but they don't also understand that there is a reason they got in pain. And yes, it seems episodic. It's not really. There's a reason for it that's perhaps been building up over time.
Exactly.
And now it's happened as an episode, but only you perceive it as an episode. But it's in continuity. It's not going anywhere. It'll probably settle, because now you've changed your expectation from the body. You're not walking as much, you're not playing as much, you're not doing what you were doing. So you've reduced your functionality. But then as soon as you up the ante again, as soon as you start functioning at a high level again, again that whole thing can come back. And that's why people struggle with back pains for years.
Would you say that, like, good habits lead to gains, bad habits also lead to, pain?
Yeah, very well said.
Yeah.
Very well said.
I
Let's
mean-
capture that.
I just made that up
Yeah,
right now.
no, true.
But it's true. I mean,
yeah.
you should actually have this. Good habits lead to gain. Bad habits lead to pain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you said, just going back to your food habits. So intermittent fasting, you make sure then your body gets, or your digestive system gets enough rest before you start loading it up again, right? That's the whole idea about.
But I also
intermittent
make sure
fasting.
that I have certain foods, like in India, I notice a lot of people being vegetarian have a lack of protein in their diet. So it's very important they speak to their nutritionist and see how they can get the protein.
Yes.
Because eggs are the best form of protein, but vegetarians in India will not have eggs. So I get that. But for me, eggs is like my superfood.
Right.
Avocados is my superfood.
Right.
Yogurt is a superfood. Berries are my superfood.
Right.
I would say that in carbs, I would probably have lentils, those kind of things. Lentils is not really protein. Most
It's
people
carbs
think
plus protein.
exactly.
whereas
Yeah,
a-
people
yeah.
think. But for me, having eggs is important because of the vitamin leucine, which is so important for your ATP and your mitochondria and
Yeah.
and your cell building things.
Yeah.
So it's so important, and that's what I don't know. Whenever I have vegetarian friends, I want to tell them what protein to have, but I don't know. You should recommend some nutrition that they could probably have as vegetarians, because what we lack in our Indian diet is the protein content that comes through maybe protein powders, but you know,
Yeah. And now there are supplements to
yeah,
kind of take care of
that's really
anything that you
important.
might have a
Yeah,
deficit of.
yeah,
And sometimes you can, of course, with any diet have complete food, but it requires a lot of effort because you will require various sources of protein
right,
in your food.
right.
So yeah, absolutely.
You
I think like a dentist, like a doctor, like a physio, I think it's about time now that we also develop a regular access to a nutritionist.
I think so. That's
Yeah, yeah.
lacking because every time you think of a nutritionist in India, they're only telling you how to lose weight, but nobody's telling you how you need to eat the right superfoods to enhance your strength.
Correct. Correct.
And to remove the wrong ones, because most people think that superfoods are things that give you spikes, insulin spikes, but those are not. That's just temporary, because your insulin drops immediately. You have something that gives you a spike, something sweet will give you a spike, coffee will give you a spike, but eventually it just drops. You need to have things that will sustain you, like nuts is a very good sustainable. If you
Correct.
eat nuts, you will be full, be high on calorie, but at least you will not crave sugar later. And I've realized that you crave sugar when you're tired.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And you also, I mean, it's a vicious circle, isn't it?
Circle.
You get tired because you've suddenly dropped sugar, because your body's not used to working out. And what you said about advising your parents or elderly people
Yeah.
about doing small
Small
bouts of
things.
exercises, what that also does is that it manages your sugar level in the blood at a consistent kind of rate, and doesn't allow it to spike up or drop down too much, not to fluctuate too much. So yeah, those are all.
I
those
actually
are good
shot a
habits.
video of my mobility exercises and sent it to my dad. So now every morning he gets up and he does the mobility
how nice.
exercise.
Very good.
I showed him how to do it, then I sent him a video so he doesn't forget.
Yeah. Or he has no excuse. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, I just told him because when I made him do it, he said he felt much better because his back opened out.
Yeah.
So it's very important for us as children or adults to teach our parents, because maybe we know a lot more now than they
Yes.
knew when they were growing up, and to teach them those mobility exercises, because my 90-year-old aunt who died, she was a Parsi lady. I remember just before she died, also a month before, she was bedridden because she had had a fall. She would do bridges in bed every day,
Really.
and leg lifts and all of it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Just to keep, because she was bedridden, so she wanted her muscle
Yeah.
activation. Because it's proved now that if you fall when you grow old and you are bedridden, 50% of patients die.
Yes. Yes.
If you're bedridden. So you need to get out of bed, only then you will survive. Because when you stop movement, the brain cells deteriorate. The brain cells die. And when that happens, that's when everything shuts down.
So there is what you've said is absolutely spot on, and now there was a lot of talk about to retard aging, to slow down aging. You want to do puzzles, crosswords,
Yeah.
Sudoku. Now they're saying, you know what, you won't even get half the benefit that you'd get just from being mobile.
Absolutely.
So walk, jump, walk bare feet,
Coordination.
earthing, balance and coordination exercises. That is what keeps your neural structures, your brain cells stimulated, and that's what slows down aging.
I think
More
older
than-
adults should do Pilates.
Yeah. any form of
Yeah.
exercise, and
Yeah.
Pilates is also fantastic because it just
Gentle.
gentle, and you work on your core, balance also. A lot of Pilates exercises can challenge your balance very nicely.
Maybe you should get older people together and get them to
yeah
move.
and older people's program, a Pilates program, is not a
Yeah.
bad idea at all.
Yeah, true.
We'll get that done. We'll get cracking on that. Farah, what do you think about
See that.
so in addition to protein and creatine, do you take any vitamins? Do you take any
Yes, I do.
supplements?
I do.
Yeah.
So in the night, I take magnesium and I take omega.
Is that all advice, or have you kind of figured out on your
And
own?
I figured out on my
Okay.
own now. So
Okay.
I take magnesium and the omega 3 supplements and glutathione in the night. Okay. In the day when I wake up, I do take something that has NAD. I'm taking it. But it also has Q10 in it. It's
Right.
a mixture. Yeah. And I take something called I take the calcium. I need the calcium, and I take vitamin D.
Right.
That's it.
And you do it.
I don't take B12 so much because I took a genetic testing,
Okay.
and in my genetic testing, vitamin A, C, E, B all were super absorbent in my body.
Right.
So I have a genetic lottery as far as the immunity
Right.
thing, touch wood.
Right.
What was deficient was vitamin K,
Okay.
things like that, D,
Okay.
all of that. So that's what I need to supplement.
Okay.
But the A, C, E, and the B is my body absorbs
it very well.
In fact, my levels whenever I take a blood test are much on the higher side with all of that.
So with there are now, we are seeing almost a trend, or people get into the habit of taking certain shortcuts to look better, to look good. Whether it's fillers, whether it's Botox, whether it's a whole lot. What's your take on that? What do you think?
I think each must do what makes them feel better. But I would also say that excessive of anything isn't good. You don't really want to look like someone who has no lines at all. Because when you do this, you should have some lines. You look very weird if you have no lines when you're talking, because
Yes.
and more than fillers, I would tell someone, don't waste money on the fillers. Wait a while and then get yourself a facelift if necessary. It would be a better thing to do than pumping up yourself with fillers, because fillers change the shape of your face, and at least the facelift of what I'm seeing doctors do now is
Yeah.
looking much more natural in comparison to fillers.
Yeah.
At least that's
What-
what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Interesting. But do you think these things are gonna get more and more common now?
I don't know, but maybe a couple of years later, I may just choose a facelift. I don't know.
You don't need it.
I don't need
Farah.
it now.
You
I don't need it now, but maybe in a couple of years, if I do, I may consider. Let's see. I'm not against any of this. I'm not pro it either. I'm not against it. I just believe that each should do what is good for them, but not do anything excessive that makes you look weird. Because at the end of the day, you should be comfortable with yourself. You should also be someone who looks like yourself. If you're going to look like somebody completely different, it's weird, because people have known you in a certain way and all of a sudden you look completely different.
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel good and you look better, then why not? I mean, each to their own. It's like, but whatever you do, go to a proper doctor, not to quacks. There are a lot of cosmetologists who say they are dermats. It's you have dermatology is a different profession, and cosmetology is different. Cosmetology is all about just work which they do with exterior work, which is just not invasive. Dermatology is more invasive. So when you're doing invasive work, please go to proper doctors who are not just trying to make money from you, but who are actually giving you the right advice as to whether you need it also, because otherwise you have doctors who will sell you the entire package deal. And there are people who get addicted to them and keep going back and back and back, Yeah.
but you need to make sure that you're safe.
Safe, important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no point in risking your health
No.
for.
But of course, when you travel abroad, you see a lot of people who are doing fillers and Botox, and they all look the same.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They all
yes.
look like very thin, and they all look like big mouths.
Yeah.
They all look the same. There's like no differentiating factor. No.
My daughter tells me a lot about. She's moved to London and she's studying there, and she tells me a lot about all the new kind of trends catching up now with irritants to the lips and a lot of other stuff that is getting done. Just interesting, but I think a lot of that behavior might also be the way you almost now want to project yourself on social media. Do you think
I think social media and also how beauty is being projected these days is really spoiling youngsters. I mean, I know youngsters who are 20 want to do fillers, and I'm like wondering what's wrong with you. Why would you want to change your looks because you look? I tell people all the time. I said, look, until you're 30, you're not aging biologically. So why are you going and doing anything to yourself? Because the body really starts aging post the age of 30. You're genetically blessed till you're 30. So nobody really looks bad till they cross 30. But people at this age, yes, I think social media is something that is really playing with the minds of the youth, and they are going crazy. It's about filters, it's about looking perfect, but sometimes imperfection is nice. It's more about bringing out who you are. Being perfect is
also
boring.
and very superficial, right? Very superficial.
Yes, and boring. I mean, like then if everyone looks alike, then how do you know who's who?
Yeah. But how much do you engage with social media? How much?
So I put a
yourself out
timer
there?
on social media the other day. I found something in the settings on Instagram. So it says, do you want a timer to remind you 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours? I put 2 hours.
Okay.
So that means from my work in social media or my personal, I don't go above 2 hours on Instagram. So if you go over 2 hours, it says your time is thing. Now you need to switch off.
Oh, okay.
So you can do that.
It's technology to beat technology.
Well, it makes sense because sometimes you just forget. And I use Instagram more for work and expressing my opinions, which could range from anything. Most of my followers say they love my account because it's authentic. It has no agenda. It has no, it's not gimmicky. It's not trying to sell anything.
Yes.
It's just being who I am. And so when they meet me, they say, oh my God, you're exactly like your account. You're just down to earth. You say it as it is. And I said, yeah, but obviously, why would I want my account to be something I'm not? Because they said a lot of people are on Instagram and project something they're not. But for me, it's very me.
Yeah. So Farah, as we try and understand, and we all have our own challenges in understanding Gen Z and the viral trends out there, and there is so much content, right? There are opinions, there are facts, and sometimes you can't even differentiate between the two. We're going to discuss a few trends out there, and I want to know what you think about them, right?
Sure.
So the first one is ice baths.
I love them.
Really?
I love ice baths because I've actually done 11 minutes of ice baths with 4 degrees.
Oh,
And
very cool.
I actually started doing them last year when I had a slip disc, and it
Okay.
really helped me heal much faster.
Yeah.
I would do them at the hospital because they had this regulator. So unlike a normal ice bath where the ice melted and it got warmer, this remained at 4 degrees, and it was something. I remember the first time I did it, I got out and I was shivering. And I didn't even have a hot coffee there. And I was like shivering. I couldn't even talk to anyone after that. But I think after I wore my clothes, went down, there was a Starbucks in the hospital. So I went and had some coffee there. And I told the driver in the car, no AC, let's put the sun. I want to be in the sun. And it took me about half an hour for my body to,
Thaw again.
Yeah. Because it's an exhilarating experience. Until today, I have cold water showers as soon as I wake up in the morning. It's my first thing I want to be awake with a cold water shower, and of course the water in India is not as cold as the water when you travel abroad in the UK and the US. The cold water is like ice. Here we have a little warmer cold water, but I enjoy it.
Because you're in Bombay. If you were to go to Delhi in December, I can assure you
I'm
it's
sure.
very cold water.
I'm sure, but I don't know about it being a trend, but if it's about healing, it really works, and I think I'm going to try one in the next couple weeks here again, because I was missing it the other day, and I said I must try it.
Yeah.
The ice bath.
Yeah. No, I enjoy. I must admit, I really enjoy cold shower, ice baths. In fact, whenever I get an opportunity to take a dip in the sea, cold waters, lakes, I just love it.
I think
really enjoy it.
after like 2 minutes, you don't feel your body becomes numb, and you don't really feel the cold as much.
Are you able to work on your breathing when you're in?
Yes,
You are.
I am.
So that's when you know you're in control, right? When you're not just kind of.
No. When I'm in it,
You're just breathing.
It's only when I come out I feel cold. When I'm in it, I'm not cold at all. I'm like very calm. I could have a conversation. I was having a conversation with the physio while I was in the ice bath. They like asking her about all her life and everything. Very chilled.
Okay, so you really.
I did 11
body's
minutes.
taken to
11
it. Yeah,
minutes, yeah.
That's fantastic.
I have it on
That's it.
video too.
Proof. No, we trust you. uh, any biohacking stuff that you've heard of or tried or
I've heard of biohacking. I've never done it. I don't wish to play with the body that God has given me, and I think genetically I'm okay with whatever I have. No, I don't think I would want to experiment.
okay, so I'll tell you one which
unless
which is
unless you
kind of
call
where I'm-
NAD biohacking.
yeah.
So then NAD, taking a NAD supplement is biohacking.
Yeah, not necessarily. That's just a supplement.
Okay.
So biohacking will be things like, and they're not all drastic. I'll tell you a very simple one. Say, some celebrities, more sports people, they remove blue light of their surroundings post say 6 o'clock to maintain the circadian rhythm. So they might wear red glasses or orange glasses to stay on that day. I know some people who turn their mobile phones even
No, I
red.
haven't done any of those.
No?
I'm just going with the natural way
Okay.
of life.
Okay. So do you think social media glamorizes no rest, hustle, kind of hard life?
I think social media is a very fake reality of people. I don't think most people project who they are on social media to the fullest extent. It's more about glamorizing the way they look, because you can't possibly be waking up looking like that or or even constantly be dressed throughout the day in that way. But I think it's fake, and I think the youth today are enjoying the imagery, and it's something that hooks you on, and you believe anything. And they're quacks on social media who are selling treatments, medication, all of this, and people believe them, and it's scary because if the person who's selling it just has to be dressed well, speak well, look good, and you could sell the most dumb thing to the most foolish person in the world, and there's so many foolish people in the world and gullible, believable people that they would buy it. As long as someone is dressed well, looks good, and is selling something, you'll fall for it. So
yeah, no, it is kind of scary.
it is very scary.
Yeah. Celery juice.
I love lots of healthy products. I tend not to have too many juices
Okay.
because I feel when I can have the fruit, why should I have the juice? I might
Okay.
just have the fiber along with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
no celery juices for me.
Okay. And we did touch upon it briefly, but have you ever done a digital detox?
A digital detox. So I told you, I just put on the 2-hour thing on Instagram of not to be more thing. I did try on, I do try on Sundays not to be so digitally involved with my phone. Some Sundays I do succeed and some I don't. So
Okay.
the problem is on Sundays all my friends and family reach out, so
course.
it becomes very difficult.
course,
The,
yeah.
the thing is, the phone is also a place where people WhatsApp you with work, your emails,
Yeah, exactly.
your social media. So it depends now. Is your digital detox social media, or is it, emails or work related? Because how do you distinguish between the two?
True. If you had to build a recovery starter pack for young creators, what would you do? Recovery starter pack. So your recovery strategies. So recover from the stress of the day.
I would first say prioritize your sleep. It's the most important recovery. I mean, if I can get young people to sleep more, they would be able to perform better. And most young people want to start partying today around 11 o'clock in the night. And I speak from the experience of having two children. And when they go out to party, their parties begin at 11 and they sleep by 3 and 4. And I'm not saying I didn't do it either, because I used to party all night. Yeah. So I'm giving advice to them
Based on experience.
based on experience. And I know they're not going to listen. But the truth is that had I been told when I was younger that sleep was so important, and it was something that someone had showed me scientific proof of, which today we have a lot of scientific proof on the benefits of sleep, I probably wouldn't have partied all night. I would have prioritized sleep. And I tell my kids, I tell them, party Friday, Saturday, but Sunday to Thursday, sleep on time, because you need your body to recover, and it's going to allow you to do so much more. Because otherwise, I always hear youngsters, forget my kids, I hear people I work with, ma'am, we're so tired.
Correct.
Yeah, the favorite dialogue of someone who's half my age is, I'm so tired. And I'm like, well, I feel super energized.
Yeah. So you better dig
I have
deep.
the energy of a 20-year-old. I can outrun a 20-year-old. I can outbeat a 20-year-old in a gym, yeah, and at work with the energy I have. And it's because maybe I'm doing something that's right, and maybe they're doing something that's not right.
Absolutely. It's the it's also not realizing, and there's so much, like you said, science has moved on. There is now increasing body of evidence which is demonstrating fairly convincingly that you cannot recover from sleep deficit ever. So if you were to not sleep enough on one day, you can't make up for it. It's gone.
Absolutely.
It's gone. The damage is done. It's like a smoke or a drink or whatever else.
Absolutely.
Once it's in, it's gone, and then. Yeah.
I was reading something very interesting about this. The founder of Whoop, when he first launched his product, he wasn't sure that people would pick it up because nobody had spoken about it. It wasn't advertised, and then he saw one celebrity wearing it out of the blue just because somebody asked him to wear it, on some show. And then people started noticing that product, the Whoop watch, the Whoop gadget, the fitness band. But what worked in his favor was the fact that even though it wasn't advertised, the fact that it actually proved a point that if you don't sleep enough, your recovery, if your recovery is not good enough, you are actually not going to be able to perform. And based on that, people started buying that product, And today, most people who wear Whoop are actually prioritizing their sleep over everything, and realizing that before they fall ill, Whoop warns you that 3 days before your levels are low, and exactly they fall ill.
Fatigue levels are so well
so
defined.
it actually warns you because of the sleep. Sleep is so important.
So in sports, of course, we pick up a lot of data, we collect a lot of data, we crunch a lot of data in trying to figure out what the best way is to predict an injury. And injury prediction in our field is gold, right? Gold dust.
Absolutely, yeah.
So and even till date, one of the most reliable things you can do to predict an injury is ask someone, how are you?
And did you sleep well?
Did you sleep well? How do
How
you
many
feel?
hours? How
How
do you
did you
feel?
feel? How do you feel? So if they're feeling low, energetic, and of course, most of the times it's because they've not slept well or not eaten well or they've been doing it for days. But that, so your body can pretty much, so yeah, data, bands, they pick it up.
But
it's a
I
fact.
speak out of experience. The days I don't sleep well, I can't perform. I can't work out. I can't work well. I can't think well, and that happens if I have to go to a friend's birthday and it's late or something like that. But then some days you have to sacrifice because you have no choice, But if I had a choice, no, I want to sleep. It's so important.
Yes. Okay, so there is a section called the X-ray round. So there's no radiations, there's no real imaging. It's not risky. We've just got some pointed questions for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Guilty pleasure food after a long day for you, Farah?
Chocolate.
Chocolates, yes.
Chocolates. My only guilty pleasure is chocolates. People take mannats and give up sweet. And I
Yeah.
always said, God, if I ever take a
Somehow.
mannat, I am never going to be able to give up sweets. I've give up everything but sweets.
So is it just chocolate or you generally have a sweet tooth?
I generally have a sweet tooth.
Okay.
But chocolates more.
But chocolates more. Okay. A piece you wish you could redesign. Something that's already out there.
Nothing. I love
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
design. There's nothing I want to redesign.
So Farah, which celebrity would you like to work with?
So I want to work with Anne Hathaway. I think she's amazing. She's somebody that I think is gorgeous, smart, intellectual. Meryl Streep is another one in Hollywood.
Right.
In Bollywood, I worked with most of them, right from Priyanka to Kareena to you name them all, Deepika to all of them. So nobody in Bollywood.
Yeah.
So those are the ones I would like to work with. Yeah.
Fantastic. One self-care ritual you will never skip.
I think it would have to be exercising.
You love your workouts.
I love my workouts, but if I have to talk about skin, it is about sunblock.
Okay.
I always use sunblock, whatever happens. Yeah. I think it's really important.
If not a designer, then what?
Photographer.
Yeah.
Because I would just travel the world and take all the amazing pictures and capture them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. Would you? I know you said early on that you've done filmmaking. Do you think you'll ever get back to a little bit of dabble into it again?
Well, I view all my collection stories as films.
Yes.
And so when I do express myself, whether it's by my collections, we do tell stories, and they're narrative, they're, through videos, they're through imaging. So a lot of that is in me.
Yes. Yes, that is true. That is true. Okay, so you know a lot, scarily lot about the human body, the name of the muscles, the joints, the postures, the positions, the exercises. I'm going to throw a few terms at you.
Okay.
And let's see if they make any sense to you.
Okay, I'll try.
Yes. Piriformis syndrome.
I think I know what that is. The piriformis is the muscle which is right here, because you release the it's near the how do we say, it's just above the glute in the
Not bad, huh? You're almost spot on. I mean, it's the right region. It is definitely a muscle that can get tight.
and you raise your leg to release it. I mean, like,
Yes. Yes.
you fold the leg like in the number 4 and you
Yes.
release it, right?
Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, you're the first one who's addressed piriformis syndrome that well.
Okay.
Isometric contractions, do they mean anything to you?
So isometric would be on their own contractions, which are not very, they're single. So whenever you're working on a muscle, you're working on that group isometrically, singly. You're not using another muscle along with it.
So those are isolated.
Okay.
Isometric will be where, so say a plank,
Yeah.
where there is no movement.
So it's like, no movement. So okay. So single, a single hold is a isometric.
Yeah, a hold will be isometric.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good, but nearly there.
I'm
Nearly
learning.
there. Yes. Rotator cuff.
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah. It's
Ooh,
in the shoulder.
well done.
It's
Well
very
done.
important to
Yes.
work that muscle out, otherwise you can have a lot of shoulder injuries.
Ooh, well done, well done.
So I work that muscle out a lot.
Exercise soreness.
Oh, that happens when you tear your muscles, and when you work out, the muscle groups tear. I mean, the muscles tear, so you get a little soreness because of that. Correct?
Yeah. Micro tears.
Yeah, micro tears, and the
can
micro
happen.
tears. Once you need sleep and 24 hours to recover those micro
Yeah,
tears.
yeah, good. Dry needling.
That's something to do with putting needles into your body to stimulate points that relieve pain.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Well done. Well done. You're qualified to work in a healthcare profession.
I would love to. If you're hiring, I'll join you.
Yeah. Love to. Okay, one little surprise for you. I've got 3 envelopes here,
Okay.
and if you pick one now, please,
Okay. Let's take this one.
and see what that is.
Ah, Deepika.
Oh, okay.
So this reminds me of a show we did together where she walked the ramp for me as my showstopper, and
Okay.
this was a couple of years ago. And doesn't she look beautiful?
She does, actually.
And she walked down. I remember the song that was playing was Adnan Sami's Tera Chehra.
Right.
And when she walked down the ramp, she looked like $1 million, like it breathtakingly beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Fantastic. So you know, I have enjoyed this whole conversation so much, right? Are there any tips this whole conversation has been full of tips, inspirations, motivation, everything, and how to get everything right about looking after yourself better. Any closing statements from you? Anything that you think you wanna tell people on living a good life?
I would have to tell everyone that to live a good life, you need to travel a lot. Yes,
Excellent.
travel a lot, because travel changes you. You're never the same person you are when you return, and you haven't really lived if you have
you've
no
not
tale to
traveled.
tell.
Wow. Yes. Yes. How often do you travel?
I'm on a flight about 200 times a year.
How much?
200 times a year.
Not a lot of people can do that. You know that, right?
Well, my work takes me
Yes.
to different places, but also when I'm not working, I try to bring adventure into my life. I love meeting people. I love traveling. I love inspiring from my travels. And I love discovering new places, because we live in such a beautiful planet. And there's so many beautiful cultures, people, lands, adventures, histories, so much to learn from. So travel teaches you. And it also teaches you to be more compassionate, more tolerant of other people and their cultures, and not think that yours is the best and there's nobody like you, because there's so many people who have such different, diverse cultures that are so interesting, and you understand why they live the way they live.
Correct. Correct. Widens your horizon.
Absolutely.
Farah, it was absolutely lovely to be here with you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for your
Ashish.
time.
It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
And I'm
Thanks a lot.
so happy to be with Haal Chaal or Sawaal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching and for listening to the entire conversation. If you've enjoyed it, please like it, subscribe, and share. In the comment section, let us know what you liked a lot, what you didn't like so much, which guests you would like to see on our show. Some of the stories that couldn't become a part of this podcast are there on my Instagram handle. Do check them out. Thank you. Have a great day.